Immunopathology refers to damage caused by an organism by its own immune response. So there can be defects or malfunctions in the immune response which provokes illness or disease. Such disorders are generally caused by hypersensitivity reactions, which is an overactive immune response, autoimmunity, which is an inappropriate reaction to self molecules, and immunodeficiency, which is an ineffective immune response. So in hypersensitivity, immune responses may either be inadequately controlled or inappropriately target host tissue. So for example, it can have an immune response to a variety of non-infectious and otherwise harmless antigens. And this is something that is genetically predisposed. And because of this response, tissue is injured by mechanisms that are usually used to eliminate infectious pathogens. There are 4 types of hypersensitivity, the first being type 1 or immediate hypersensitivity, and we call it an allergy. It causes activation of lymphocytes by an environmental antigen, resulting in the production of antibodies. These antibodies then attach to mast cells, and these mast cells then produce cytokines, which then affect vascular permeability and smooth muscle contractions, resulting in transient inflammation. So we then get an immediate reaction and then a later stage reaction which takes just over 2 hours. Type 2 is antibody-mediated. This is caused by antibodies directed against target antigens on the surface of cells, making them targets for phagocytosis. These antigens are then recognised by macrophages or dendritic cells, which act as antigen-presenting cells. This then causes a B cell response wherein antibodies are produced against the foreign antigen. The third type of hypersensitivity reaction is the immune complex mediated, or type 3. It's called this because you have an antigen-antibody complex that's formed. These complexes form within the circulatory system and accumulate and deposit on blood vessels. And if they aren't cleared by immune cells, it can lead to an inflammatory response and attract leukocytes. This leads to inflammation of the affected organs. Here are some examples of autoimmune diseases caused by type 3 hypersensitivity reactions. Finally, we have cell-mediated or type 4 hypersensitivity reactions. This is often called the delayed type hypersensitivity, as the reaction can take up to 2 to 3 days to develop. It's where T cells are activated by exposure to certain protein antigens. Repeated exposure can then result in secretion of cytokines. These cytokines cause macrophages to produce tissue-damaging substances and promote inflammation. They can also cause the destruction of healthy cells that usually express the antigen, leading to autoimmune diseases. Some examples of autoimmune diseases caused by delayed type hypersensitivity are as follows.